Welcome back, guys. Not a lot going on outside. It snowed pretty good there for a while. I thought it was going to let up and warm up. It looked like our winter was going to be kind of short and sweet, and things were going to melt off and I could get logs over to my sawmill, start milling out some more lumber. I have lots to mill out. I have a loft area to build in the shop. I have blue pine to mill out for the house. I have handrails to mill out, all kinds of projects. Most of them require me to mill out more lumber. But unfortunately, the storm kind of came back, the winter came back, and well, it's snowing again outside. It doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. The days that show that it's not going to snow, it's still in the freezing area, so that it's not going to thaw out the snow out there by the mill. But there's all kinds of little things that need to be done inside the house, so I've been working on those. One of which, blocking off these little areas that go above the laundry room and master bath. You'll notice we've got a couple pieces of cardboard box stuffed in a couple of those areas up there. These our cats like to get on top of the fridge and then jump across there and into the little cavity that's above the master bath, laundry room, and below the second floor. And after they get up there, all they feel like doing is running around and playing. It's kind of annoying to hear cats running around. It kind of sounds like mice or rats running around in your house. So we've got a couple cardboard boxes up there to keep them from being able to jump in that area. Now, I've got some scrap blue pine out in the shop that I'm going to use to cut pieces of blue pine, plane them down, finish them with, I don't know yet. I'll have to do some research and find out what something that's really nice for finishing blue pine, but can still work in the cold because I don't have heat out in the shop. So we'll figure something out for that, but I'm going to make little pieces of blue pine that'll go up in those areas all the way above or over to the stairwell. I did get one of the projects done that I've been meaning to do since we moved in here, and I realized it was a problem. This countertop over here is really dark, and in the plans, I hadn't planned on putting lights over here. I figured that the lights around the kitchen would light up the countertop and you'd be okay. You'd be able to see what you're doing. Now during the daytime, like right now, we have a lot of ambient light coming in through these big windows, so it's not too bad. But at night, when there's no light coming in the windows and all the lights from the kitchen are behind you, your shadow is casted right across the countertop where you're trying to make something. So it made it really hard to make something over there, and almost every time I started making something over there, I just bring everything over to a different countertop. What's the use in having a countertop space if you can't use it? So I put those two lights right above there, put those in. I did end up putting them on the same circuit as the two lights over here because it was, I won't say it was easy, but it was the easiest way to do it because I didn't have to feed another light switch in. So I have two lights on this side of the kitchen and the two lights on that side, all on the same switch. Thank goodness the house isn't done yet because I just kind of peeled some panels back up there in that corner, fed the wire through, across there, dropped it down into the lights. It took a little bit. I was definitely asking myself why I didn't do it the first time around, but I just didn't know. I figured the house would be very well lit, and it turned out not to be. So we've done our first remodel. Now, with those lights over there, I think that's the brightest countertop in the kitchen. Really adds a lot of light. It's really nice over there now. Any time of day or night, you can go over there and make yourself something to eat and see what you're doing. The little blocks on the sides are set back 5/8 of an inch. So if I get 3/4 inch pieces of blue pine and plane them down to 5/8, make them look real nice, I can brad nail them onto those little blocks and you won't see the blocks. The holes will be covered. It should look pretty nice up there. So the next thing that I want to do right now before I get into cutting these blocks and putting them in there is cut a piece of OSB and put it up like a ceiling right there. So you can't see up in there where all those wires are. Now it's eventually going to get covered in blue pine, so I made sure and recessed those 2x4s. So get that piece of OSB cut and put up in that area, and then we'll work on the blocking for in between the floor joists to keep the cats out from on top of the laundry room and the master bathroom. keep me from thinking that I have rats every time I hear something scampering around up there. Little by little, the house is getting done. It's definitely a work in progress. We've got to mill out enough blue pine to go cover all the plywood for the second floor. I'm not going to cover the floor joists with blue pine. Just going to cut strips of blue pine to go in between the floor joists and nail it straight to the floor. That way you'll look up and see nice 4x8 floor joists and then blue pine in the middle. If you feel like supporting the channel, we have Patreon and Subscribestar links in the description. We also have an Amazon affiliate link in the description. Use that link to go to Amazon. It won't cost you a penny, but it does get us a slim percentage. Thank you for all your support, and until next time, go make something.